We're going to learn how to multiply and divide by 10 and 100. We want to multiply 3.12 by 10. When we multiply or divide decimal numbers by 10, 100 or 1000, it is often helpful to write the number in a place value table. So we write 3 units, 1/10 and 2/100. If we multiply the 3 units by 10, we get 3 tens, so we'll put a 3 in the tens column. If we multiply 1/10 by 10, we get 10 tenths, which is 1 unit, so we put a 1 in the units column. The decimal point stays where it is. If we multiply 2/100 by 10, we get 20/100, which is 2 tenths. So I write a 2 in the tenths column. So the answer to 3.12 times 10 is 31.2. We'll do another one. Suppose we want to multiply 4.7 by 100. We write the number in the place value table. We have 4 units, a decimal point, and 7 tenths. If we multiply 4 units by 100, we get 4/100, so we put a 4 in the hundredths column. If we multiply 7 tenths by 100, we get 700 tenths, which is 7 tens, so we write a 7 in the tens column. We have no more numbers to move. Add the decimal point, but to make sure that the 4 stays in the hundreds column and the 7 stays in the tens column, we write a 0 in the space in the units column. We can write the answer as 470.0, or we can write it as just 470. An easy rule to remember for multiplying decimal numbers by 10 is to move all the figures in the number 1 place to the left. When multiplying by 100, we move the figures 2 places to the left. There is 1 0 in 10, so we move the figures 1 place to the left. And there are 2 zeros in 100. We will move the figures 2 places to the left. If we want to divide 32.7 by 10, write the number in the place value table. We have 3 tens, 2 units, and 7 tenths. If we divide 3 tens by 10, we get 3 units, so write a 3 in the units column. The decimal point stays in the same place. If we divide 2 units by 10, we get 2 tenths, so write a 2 in the tenths column. If we divide 7 tenths by 10, we get 7 hundredths, so write a 7 in the hundredths column. So the answer is 3.27. We want to divide 1.4 by 100. Write the number in the place value table. We have 1 unit and 4 tenths. If we divide 1 by 100, we get 1/100th, so we will write a 1 in the hundredths column. If we divide 4 tenths by 100, we get 4 thousandths, so we write a 4 in the thousandths column. To make sure that the 4 stays in the thousandths column and the 1 stays in the hundredths column, we write a 0 in the space in the tenths column. After writing the decimal point, we usually write a 0 in the units column as well to make it clearer. So the answer to 1.4 divided by 100 is 0.014. An easy rule to remember for dividing decimal numbers by 10 is to move all the figures in the number 1 place to the right. When dividing by 100, we move the figures 2 places to the right. There is 1 0 in 10, so we move the figures 1 place. There are 2 zeros in 100, so we move the figures 2 places. If we are multiplying, we move the figures to the left to make them bigger. If we are dividing, we move the figures to the right to make them smaller. We will now learn how to multiply a decimal number by a whole number up to 9. We're going to buy 5 items, costing £1.99 each. To find the total cost, we need to do the calculation 1.99 times 5. We start off by completely ignoring the decimal point and we rewrite the number 1.99 as 199. We now multiply 199 by 5 in the usual way. 5 times 9 is 45, so we write the 5 units down and carry 4 into the tens column. 9 times 5 is 45, plus the extra 4 makes 49. So we write the 9 down and carry the 4 into the next column. Finally, 1 times 5 is 5, plus the extra 4 makes 9. So we write the 9 down. The answer is 995. So 199 times 5 equals 995. But we wanted to work out 1.99 times 5. 1.99 is 100 times smaller than 199. So the answer needs to be the 100 times smaller than 995. So we need to divide by 100. 995 divided by 100 equals 9.95. So the total cost of the 5 items is £9.95. An easier method is that once you have multiplied 199 by 5 to get 995, look at the original calculation and count up the numbers of decimal places. There are 2 decimal places in 1.99, so there needs to be 2 decimal places in the answer. So starting in the right-hand digit of our answer, 995, count 2 places to the left and place the decimal point here. Here's another example. We want to multiply 0.6 by 3. So we ignore the decimal point and rewrite 0.6 as 0.6, which is just 6. 6 times 3 equals 18. In the original calculation, there was 1 decimal place in 0.6, so we need 1 decimal place in the answer. So starting with the right-hand figure, count 1 to the left and place the decimal point here. We will now learn how to divide a decimal number by a whole number up to 9. Suppose we want to divide 172.6 by 4. We write it out as normal division, and we place the decimal point in the answer directly above where it is in the sum. We now divide in the usual way. 4 into 1 goes 0 times, 4 into 17 goes 4 times, remainder 1. 4 into 12 goes 3 times. 4 into 6 goes once, remainder 2. So we need to add an extra 0 at the end of 172.6 so that we can place the remainder 2. 4 into 20 goes 5 times. So the answer is 43.15. Suppose we want to divide 81.6 by 8. We write it out as normal division, and we place the decimal point in the answer directly above where it is in the sum. We now divide in the usual way. 8 goes into 8 once. 8 goes into 1 0, remainder 1. So write a 0 in the answer and carry 1 to the next number. 8 goes into 16 twice. So the answer is 10.2.